Researchers at an important sounding university have just discovered the secrets behind Roman concrete and how it's so much better than the modern stuff, is a headline that I ran across way too many times while looking back to see if there were any updates on the study of Roman concrete since I looked at it last. But these headlines pretty much miss the point, because when we're comparing Roman concrete to modern concrete, we're talking about trade-offs. They're entirely different things. They have different base materials, Portland cement versus lime. They're done in different ways. Modern concrete is poured with small aggregates, whereas Roman concrete was essentially laid like masonry with big old hunks of stone. It's probably better even to think of it less as concrete and more as mortared rubble, which is what it was, and it was usually between two facings of brick. And so you have to understand that there's trade-offs. We can build stuff that Roman engineers never could have dreamed of because we have reinforced concrete. But Roman engineers and Roman buildings have the kind of longevity that modern engineers don't even dream of. And one of the things is the reinforcement. We use steel reinforcement, which, as you can see here, it rusts, and when it rusts, iron oxide takes up more space than the actual iron, or than the actual steel itself, and so it expands and it cracks the cement and it causes more water to get in and all that sort of thing. But yet we can do things sometimes more cheaply, maybe at a higher cost to the environment. Our things don't last as long. These are trade-offs. We can't just go back to using Roman concrete and building with Roman methods, because we aren't the Romans. We live in a very, very different world, and we have better materials. However, we can learn from Roman methods of doing things, find ways that are more sustainable, be able to utilize perhaps more old-fashioned materials, or take a cue from their book and build in a way that maybe relies more on gravity keeping our buildings up than the type of reinforced concrete that we use now. These are all questions that engineers and architects have to answer. I'm a historian, and as a historian, what I always remind people is that we should not ever try to recreate the past wholesale, because we can't. But we can learn from the past to make the future a better place. It's a bad idea to look back at the past as if it were a golden age or as if it were a hellscape. It's just a different place. People have always been people, and as I always say, there's no such thing as the bad old days. There's no such thing as the good old days, just the old days. They have a lot to teach us. Cheers.